All right, so I think I did pretty good over here. There's all my holes. If you notice, I tried putting my holes on the end, which was a little risky, but I could always, like, you know, make the hole a little wider if the screws don't line up. But I didn't want it shifting around, so I wanted it to be tight. And I think it worked out pretty good. Notice these holes right here, this is the problem. This was from my other bracket, but I needed the heads of the screws to be at the same level as the wood. Alright, so that went pretty well. Well, the holes seem to be lining up pretty good. This one shifted a little bit, but it's still lining up. I did have a little play right there, so I think we're good. Now what we need to do is countersink the tops of the holes so that my tapered head machine screws don't interfere or poke into my boogie board. Alright, so these came out alright. It's very hard to do these perfectly without a drill press. So they're always uneven when I do them. I can't do them perfect no matter how hard I try to hold the drill straight. But they work. I have to be careful that I didn't go too deep on these, because this side, if the bolt is too long, it's going to rub the head of the other one, or actually it will rub the bearing, and then I'll be in big trouble. I'll be having to cut the bolts, if I even have enough room to put the nut on. All right, guys, so this is my contraption. I'm hoping that it works. You're looking at it upside down. The boogie board is going to mount to this side, right? This mounts to the shaft coming off of the motor, and then I got the bearing right here, which if you look closely, oh, it's so close. Let me show you another angle. Those screw and the screw, that screw and that screw head are very close, but they're not hitting. Hopefully the lock nuts go on here, because I definitely need lock nuts. I just put these on temporarily. Let me show you the other side. As you can see, they're very close, and very close. I mean, I have like 1/4 of an inch if this thing flexes, but it's not going to, because this is rated for like 300 pounds, that bearing. But let me show you over here. So now, when you're on the ride, now you're gonna have to do a real 360 technique. You're gonna have to slide forward. Well, you're not gonna slide, yeah, you're gonna have to slide forward, and then you're gonna have to use your momentum, and then it will spin. It's very hard to spin right now. When I bought it, it told me that it comes tight, but it will loosen over time. So hopefully it works out. I have no idea if it's going to work. But that's it. It's very hard to spin right now. But once it's loaded with some weight, it might go a lot easier. So, and I'm not going to test this thing beforehand. You're going to see the live test. I'm so tempted to throw this on the motor right now just to test it out, but I don't want to do that. I want to have a real reaction when I get it done. And but yeah, I'm loving the way this came out. I think I'm going to paint this. I think I'm going to paint it white. So now that this thing is bolted down, we're gonna have to start cleaning up the wiring on here. So we got the capacitor down there. We're gonna have to zip tie that wire. This wire goes to the motor. This is the power wire under there. I loosely zip tied it for now. I'm going to have to tighten it. And then I ran into a problem over here with the connector. So I wanted to replace this old cord. It's very dry, rotted, and the sheathing is broken in areas on it. So along with the new cord, I was going to use this compression fitting. Basically, you slide the wire in here, and then you tighten this, and then, you know, it holds it nice and firm. This way you can't tug on the cord. I ran into a problem when I tried to put this thread into this hole right here. This is made for a 1/2-inch knockout on, you know, a modern day junction box. And the problem is, it doesn't fit in this hole. And I'm afraid to tighten it and screw it in hard because, as you can see, there's some paint flaking off and I feel like I'm going to crack it. This is the original connector, but it wasn't doing anything. The only thing preventing the wire from being tugged and yanked out of the machine was this knot right here. The wire was going through the hole and the knot was stopping it from coming out of the hole. Now the original connector fits perfect in here. But this machine is probably 50, 60 years old, so they don't make that thread anymore. So I'm gonna come up with a contraption to make this connector work. So I have this plastic threaded piece. There's threads on the inside also. And both of these connectors screw into it. The problem is, this side is closed off. So what I'm going to do is cut this off so that I can screw this side into that. While I'm at it, I'm also going to clean up this old connector. Alright guys, so this is my contraption. I got the old fitting with the plastic connector piece and the compression fitting. Now before we install this, I do have to first replace the hex nuts on this counter with lock nuts, as well as secure this box to the inside. It's just placed in here right now. It's loose. Probably going to use industrial strength Velcro or double-sided tape. This box contains the fuse as well as the timer. That's how you change the fuse. That's how you adjust the time. Alright guys, so I got my new plug-in connector on. There it is from this angle. My counter is secure with lock nuts, and my timer and fuse box is secure with industrial strength Velcro. I rewired the new plug, and now we are ready to test it. This red wire coming off of here is going to be for my momentary switch, which I did not think about until now. Hopefully this wire is long enough. So without further ado, let's test this thing out, make sure it's all working. I'm gonna adjust the timer right here. I'm gonna turn it all the way up because if the ride turns on and off a few times, it's not gonna charge the capacitor. So we wanna make sure that's all the way up. I don't know how long of a ride time it's set to. It's probably 2 minutes. That's how much my other rides are. So let's plug this thing in, touch these two wires together, and see it work. Alright guys, so we're all plugged in. I got this wire loosely zip tied. I need to make sure that this can move because this will be mounted to the bodyboard platform. So when I touch these two wires together, the ride should start. Here goes.
This ride is running super smooth, guys. We're almost ready to put the cover on, but first we got one more thing to do.
Alright, so these are the holes that the top mounts to. The problem is I cannot get screws to fit in there. This is the back side of the holes. The diameter on this side is about 5/16, where the diameter on the other side is 7/16, I believe. I've tried hex nuts to go in here, and they work, but I'm afraid if I crank it, I'm not going to be able to get it out. I have also tried these little anchors where I was going to screw it into the hole. Put the top on and then screw it in. The problem is this spins, and once again, even if it does go in, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get it off. So as an alternative, and I probably will attempt to still use these, but as an alternative, I'm going industrial strength Velcro on each corner, on that side as well. And we're just going to go with this for now until I can find the proper screws, but I have tried numerous ones and nothing will work.
4 months I've been working on this thing. For that.